he had to harass Mr. Mark to bring his jersey for me to wear on the show so that I can.
You know, talking about jerseys, Tokwe, all my neighbors tried, a few of my neighbors tried to looking for jerseys. Yes, they couldn't find. Stadium, stores, sold out.
Sold out.
Wow. Online, sold out, everywhere. In fact, please, our brothers from Aba, please produce. now, Sunday.
Like that.
We need it now. Because that's where it comes from, isn't it?
No, that's where most come from.
That's where most of us produce. We need, I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is that Nigerian are brothers who produce, who are manufacturing in different parts, which is in Aba, wherever it is. So please manufacture for Nigerians to get for Sunday.
Simple. Because
we need it for Sunday. Every Nigerian must have
That's true.
Must have a jersey. Shouldn't be around on Sunday without wearing a jersey.
In the minimum, wear something green. But I just wanted to wear, because the key lesson for me was that everybody, I bashed the second, was it our second match, our first, second, third, we were doing like this and we all yabbed, and when you win, everybody will surround you when you win if you are consistent. So I'm proud of
Success has many parents.
So success has many cousins and family members. I am proudly a Super Eagles fan right now.
And please, what you send Portable a message to please keep quiet. All this ranting. Portable is saying that, saying that, say all this you're singing. It's not time for that kind of conversation. Please,
we are happy with this discussion.
Everybody should brief him. How you doing, Chama? In the Our guest co-host today. Good to have you on our show.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to being here with you guys. So this is like, I need to get your autographs later. Sign it like here.
How you doing? Tell us what's going on.
I'm awesome. I'm great. I'm excited. This is one of the happiest, actually this is the happiest things that happened to Nigeria in a long time. So this is something that we should drag and celebrate as long as possible. I just felt bad for, well, South Africa, they saw it coming after Grammys, you know, but it's the Ghanaians and the Angolans that, you know,
the problem. I don't understand.
They got themselves but they got themselves inside. So the trends, you don't want to be in our social media space right now. Don't come there. If you start it, Nigerians, you know we're a generator nation. So we will drag.
No, they said it wasn't about us. It was about them. They're having their own life.
Somebody just used the video for how you doing?
Today is my son's birthday. I'm celebrating Nigeria, but I'm also celebrating
your son.
He's 13 years old.
Officially a teenager.
Now I'm telling you, now we're not here. He's giving me all the rules. Mommy, don't talk to me like this anymore. I want to tell you, you have to start paying bills.
Exactly.
So you work and pay bills in the house. So I'm happy. He's my only son. I was thinking I'll have two, but I'm still looking if I should try one more.
We've been saying that for years.
I'm still in the conflict, yes. I'll decide in a few months' time.
Okay.
It's something happening in a few months.
We saw you.
I'm excited.
You were like this.
I didn't even realize somebody was recording me until I saw the video. I saw it this morning. I'm like, what? I have to repost it. But honestly, I have to thank Sports Tweets yesterday. They've been such a huge partner to TVC. Since this match started, AFCON, they've been there to host the beautiful games fans. TVC fans, our crew, our staff have been there. Look at the whole, the clips from the video yesterday. Everybody the excitement was really electrifying. Everybody was happy. We're just hugging everyone. One stranger came to hug me. People were just hugging each other. I'm like, hey. When I go, Mama said, please go and bath first.
This is the only time we don't think about religion. We don't
No, we are one.
We're absolutely one.
We'll take the spirit into every other thing that we do.
It was an exciting time last night. I'm so proud of Nigerians. Thanks to Stanley Nwabali, who saved two. Upon all the way they were branding that. You know that deep prayer point, people were laughing at me. I wrote that prayer point 2 days ago on this table. I said, Father, Lord Almighty, let Victor Osimhen get better. And to that, their keeper, they are celebrating. Wicked their keeper. See how God works. See how God. Just please clap for God.
South Africans
they
came to that match, my impression, to do the penalty because they had, confidence.
But
and I said, Moriah used power of Jesus.
Yeah. See how
you use God name.
Yes, God really entered and intervened. See how the Holy Spirit just carried up. Did you see that? Okay, let us be.
No. This is still.
We are still going to discuss it because I think we have to get our fans. Let's not finish the football gist now because we would love to involve Nigerians in this conversation. Okay. So when we come back for the show, we'll let you. So those of you that want to really talk, we'll give you some time to express your joy and happiness. But first, let's look at the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, we're going to start with the nation. EFCC clamps down on firms for issuing invoices in dollars. Oyo gives 460 million naira to 1,407 farmers in economic recovery plan. World Bank's $15 billion for 30 projects in Nigeria. My plans for Ondo by Senator Jimo Ibrahim. NNPCL begins production of extra 14,000 bureau de change. And reps bill for polls in 1 day passes second reading. Creative industry leaders reject minister's African Grammy plans. Okay, which story?
Your headline. So the EFCC has joined the fight to halt the falling of the Naira, and they launch a crackdown, crackdown on dollar speculators, orders, racketeers, and firms issuing invoices in foreign currency. And they put in together a 14 special task force to fish out culprits. This 14 special task force will work from the 14 zonal commands. They already started with Lagos, Port Harcourt, and Kaduna. Then they play. And they've also invited some proprietors of privately run universities, higher institutions who charge their fees in dollars. There are many. Also, the Association of Bureau de Change Operators in Nigeria requested the CBN allow them to resume the sale of dollar, but EFCC is on their tail. The EFCC said the task force will ensure the enforcement of extant laws against currency mutilation and dollarization. So there's an exception to this for foreigners, visitors, and tourists who can spend, their cards paying in their currencies if they cannot exchange. But the task force inaugurated by the executive chairman of the commission was raised to protect the economy from the abuses, the leakages, and distortion, and exposing it to instability and disruption. These practices that we have around. And those invited will be answering questions on why they're charging dollars. The FCC also quoted the section of the CBN Act that criminalizes this and compels Nigerians to consider the only currency permissible as that issued by the CBN. So we are waiting to see how this progresses.
Okay, another story, Nation?
Yes, I have another story inside the Nation. It said 34,694 stranded Nigerians or Nigerian migrants have been assisted to return home from April 2017 till date through the collaboration of the federal government and International Organization for Migration, IOM. And the IOM Awareness Raising Program Officer, Cyprine, was the one who dropped the hints in the media training on amplifying women's voice in migration decision-making in Lagos. That happened yesterday. And he said that out of the 34,694 assisted voluntary returnees, 19,579 were male and 15,115 were female. And the returnees were evacuated from countries like Libya, Chad, Morocco, Mali, Germany, Netherlands, Ghana, among others. And she also said that 28,204 survivors were reintegrated, among which 16,264 were male and 11,940 were female. And they said the reintegration was the core activity of IOM Nigeria, which also assists migrants to willing to return home to come back, and then they support their reintegration. They help them with training, vocational education, just to help them settle back into, activities in the country or any activity of their choice. And they said that we in the media need to be able to give proper information about migration so that people, especially women, are aware of what it entails if they want to travel. We should avoid using a stigma for women who have decided to go to the shores of other countries, to make a living, but just give them proper information about it.
So, all right. Okay, good. Yeah, story.
Yeah, I have a story. So the Sustainable Action for Economic Recovery initiative, which is an initiative by the Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde to cushion the effect of PMS, the petrol subsidy removal, and provide food security for people, has decided to give away 24,000 bags of maize, 50 kg bags of maize to 2,000 poultry farmers, and they also gave 1,000 fish feeds to fish farmers as well. As part of the initiative, they will provide 460 million naira as loans. He said that the loans will be accessible to all farmers within Oyo State. Farming is a big deal within Oyo State, actually, so they're providing loan to them. He said the farmers will not need to know anybody. Just go to the banks and apply for the farmer's loan, and you would go through the process, and if you are approved, you will get the funds that the state has provided for such intervention. However, when we give 24,000 bags to 2,000 poultry farmers, that's almost like 2 bags per poultry farmer. How many? That's barely 2 days of, depending on the size of your poultry farm. I think that the governor needs to have intervention based on conversation with this. Let's even first call these 2,000 poultry farmers into a meeting and ask what they want. You realize it might not necessarily be 2 bags of poultry maize as feed. And we're providing intervention that will truly meet the needs of the people, so that we don't end up spending this 460 million naira to give loans and the money does not come back, like the one that happened with CBN's intervention, because we did not address the real problem.
All right, so I have a story. The Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa, has been on the fire with industry stakeholders over her plan to invite the Grammys to have an African version. So she had planned for an African version of the Grammy Awards. The minister's plan, according to the stakeholders, say that it will water down the essence of all the existing African Grammy Awards that we have. Says that Musawa, according to the stakeholders, said that industries insiders such as the CEO of Trending Music, Segun Ogujimi, said that it reeks of neocolonialism.
Yes. And
that he stressed that African music on its own terms, rather than adopting foreign models that may not align with continent's cultural heritage. Says stakeholders are concerned that the proposed African Grammy Awards would overshadow existing continental music awards and performances. So
I'm even worried that she does not know enough.
They will not have inferiority complex.
So
exactly. We have awards.
Ill advice.
Yes, very, very.
Afrif.
She shouldn't have
several.
TV
has their own.
Yeah. So
somebody like she doesn't know.
So anyway, let's just take the headlines and we'll just move on. Let's go on a short break. Let me see how much minutes. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we continue with the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Ready for school? Yes! My champs, they use energy at school. I know, because imagine the energy they may have used up.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I we'll be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the one who can make time stand still forever, Mr. Kelechi Amadi. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, my brother.
You love that intro, Abi?
It was great.
Okay,
Thank you.
We try like that.
Thank you.
Now my question, which I feel is a cheap question.
Oh, go ahead.
What does ISO stand for?
That is it. I think I'll drink.
No, you're joking.
I'm not joking.
Kelechi Amadi. No. Shay, you didn't whine me. You're whining me now.
I think I'll drink.
Huh?
No problem.
Okay.
I've always known it as ISO. I never bothered to know what it means. I know what it means, but I never bothered to know what the acronym is. Tell me the brand of camera that I use, so much so that I even became an ambassador. That's very easy. It's out there.
It's supposed to be,
Yeah. I just said, let me give you this one as a token of my appreciation.
Sony.
Drink!
I'm not done. You did not say final answer.
It's final answer.
You did not ask me if that was my final
You
answer.
don't have any choice again. It's only
Nikon.
how many cameras do they have? My
Nikon.
friend to drink. I gave you a very easy something.
Icon now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Made Kuti in the view. It's still 7 of 7, and we've been doing a whole lot of protesting. The only thing that remains is just to carry placard.
It's about 5 of 7, to be honest, because ask your question. I have so much to speak about once we finish.
We will not give you the time because it's 7 of 7.
I will make the time now. He said he will not ask questions about science.
No,
neuroplasticity.
And based on
he asked a question that was subjective about high life, and he did not finalize his answer about a Kuti question where there are only 3 of us.
Editor, scratch this part out.
That could have possibly composed the music.
Editor, scratch this part out.
Stupidity is an act of ignorance.
Hey God, Made.
Was composed by which Kuti?
Femi Kuti.
Is that your father?
God. No, wait.
And then the police assisted them in opening the place only for them to find young girls, underage girls who were pregnant. They said their ages were 14, 15, 16, 17, and 21 years, and they were allegedly camped there against their wish. And by the time they interviewed the girls, they realized that the girls would bed the babies, and then the babies would be sold. And they said they were attended to by one Mr. Odili Osai from Delta State, who has, run away. So arrests were made. They've arrested about 5 persons in connection to this, and proper investigation is being done, though they have not said where they are taking the young girls to and what sort of help they are going to get them.
So one of our guest co-hosts, Runke Fasheru, her company Made Punch, Manners and Conduct. They've concluded the plans to organize leadership skills development program, and the idea really is to have speakers to motivate participants towards greatness. She emphasized the importance of raising awareness about one's identity as a prerequisite for fully realizing the potentials and talents. So she wanted us to mention, because she's one of the ladies, Runke, she's really excited about it, that her Mrs. Fash, that her story made Punch. Like, you have to mention, like, okay, girl, you're one of us. Okay, moving on quickly now to Daily Sun. FCT on the thread says, Akpabio, address corruption, wasteful spending in your government, Northern Elders tell Tinubu. Renewed hope turning into renewed anger, says ex-APC National Working Committee member. Court orders FG to fix prices of goods, food in 7 days. Forex crisis, EFCC goes after varsities, saboteurs and others. Kano Emirates Group demands Sanusi's reinstatements, rise Kano House of Assembly. And cost of living, another protest rocks Suleja. Okay, story?
I have the Kano story. So this group called Yandangwalen Jihar Kano, they are, meaning Kano electorate, have appealed to the House of Assembly to review the law that created the expansion of the emirate, or the division of the emirate into the Gaya, Rano, Karai, and Bichi by the past administration. And also they are asking that the House of Assembly reinstates the former emir Sanusi Lamido Sanusi back to the throne. They went on and on to extol his character, his time as emir, his knowledge, wealth of knowledge, and all the changes he brought, and appealing to the House of Assembly for this change.
So the major headline is about FCT being under attack. This was said by the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, as he was bemoaning the worsening insecurity state of Abuja. He then called on, there's going to be an expanded Senate hearing on security challenges, covering, he's invited the NSA, Chief of Defense Staff, the Army, Navy, and Air Force, Minister of Defense and Minister of State for Defense, Minister of Interior, Minister of Finance, Director General of National Intelligence Agency. Everybody should come and list how they are interacting and working together to protect the citizens of Abuja. He specifically said that there were volatile areas in Abuja where people walk around, there's no safety. He said that the nation's capital is under attack, especially from kidnappers, and huge sums are being paid for ransom, and that the job of the Senate is to complement the executive and support its success. That if the administration of this current administration, he said, if Tinubu's administration fails, it means that we all have failed. So in view of the Senate is calling these people to have the meeting. The Ribadu, I've forgotten his portfolio, he said he couldn't make the dates they were given before, NSA. So they are now, they said they would adjourn the meeting to 13th of February so they can have everybody present. The motion was originally moved by Senator Okpeyemi Bamidele based on the killings in Benue, FCT, Plateau, Oyo, and other states to just talk about the insecurity challenges. And they are hoping that with the details and oversight, Nigerians can get feedback on what the security framework is going to look like going forward. And basically, we're just waiting to hear what they will say. I'm sure Abuja citizens are also feeling it. It's not just Abuja, it's everywhere around the country. So we're hoping that this gets them working harder and securing our lives.
Yeah, so the Northern Elders Forum slamming President Bola Ahmed Tinubu over what they tagged his administration's indifference to the suffering of the Nigerian people, occasioned by strangulating policies leading to devaluation of the naira and unbearable cost of living. In a statement by the Director of Publicity and Advocacy spokesperson Abdulaziz Suleiman was the one that said that the steady increase of food prices had led to widespread hunger and malnourishment in the country, and that this is a disheartening disconnection between the reality on ground and the actions of political leaders, and the Nigerians can no longer feed themselves while the political class is living large to the detriment of the poor. So they went on, listing some of the things that Nigerians are facing. But in their suggestion, they said that they are demanding measures from the government to address the crisis before it plunges the nation into greater conflict and chaos, and that the welfare of citizens must be prioritized. Policies must be implemented to alleviate the burdens of inflation, which includes increasing agricultural productivity, investing in infrastructure to reduce transportation costs, and implementing social safety nets to support the most vulnerable members of the society. I would have loved that they broke down exactly what they want the government to do.
Nobody ever has any answers.
Yeah,
but they can always say
pick up all the problems, but then let's come up with the solutions and even suggest to the government. Can we look into this and look into that?
Government had the solution, they would have done it, but obviously it's so we can all complain. Okay, Vanguard, very quickly, let's find a story of not taking. Will open reserves to address food costs, this federal government. Capital chunks to federal government tackle Nigeria's insecurity issues head on. Insecurity in Northwest. Kaduna governor blames poverty, hopelessness, and others. Greedy monarchs. Community leaders aid kidnappers in Southwest, says hunters. Court orders FG to fix prices of petrol, diesel, others within 7 days. Edo 2024, PDP leaders bicker over delegates Congress. Okay, which story? In Vanguard, any story?
So let me take the story that you did about the Grammys, but the way that the Vanguard has is it's directed to Tinubu, the president. So the stakeholders in the music industry have urged President Bola Tinubu to halt this proposed partnership between the Nigerian and the American Grammy Awards that's aiming to establish the African version of the Grammy Awards. They expressed their fears. They say that the proposed partnership could totally jeopardize the hard-earned progress and the unique cultural identity of African music. Of course, the Minister of Arts, Culture and Creative Economy, Anatu Musawa, is reported to be on the verge of finalizing this deal, as you probably heard before.
Okay, and Vanguard Tribune, let's see, is there a story of not taking? Police arrest masterminds of Mina protests and 24 others. EFCC raises special task force against dollarization of economy and mutilation of currency. And reps to pro banks over rising foreign exchange. Story.
So the mastermind, the Mina protest, which they said was a cover-up for, usually those protests are usually a cover-up for looting goods that the government brings into the state. They arrested 3 women. They listed the first one as the mastermind, 30-year-old Aisha Aliyu, and Fatima Aliyu, 57-year-old, and the Fatima Ishaku, and 22 others as suspects. They took them from the protest ground, said that they found that some of the protesters had dangerous weapons, including sticks, 3 knives, scissors, cutlass, blade, iron pipe, 4 other sticks, and wraps of Indian hymns and charms were on these protesters. And the protesters were actually protesting about the fact that food has become really expensive and that they are getting, that hunger is prevalent in their communities. And these arrested protesters, I'm really worried because I'm sure that we are having a situation where these women on the streets are being arrested and detained, and they are calling the masterminds of what is happening in Mina. Maybe because I'm a woman, I feel like a woman cannot do that. But really, let's just investigate properly and let justice be served. And if they are criminals, yes, let them be brought to book. But if they are just peaceful protesters that they are hungry, then let's listen to them.
All right, that's all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, we want to the hot topic of today, Nigerian Super Eagles. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
A lush woman never settles because when she goes out,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Madi.
a lush woman stands up to all stereotypes, and with every stand, she'll be doing it.
Ladies and gentlemen, multiple award-winning actor, producer, ambassador of Edo People, we have Etinosa Idemudia in the building.
Don't be first to go police station, they win the case.
Is
So
she?
you are showing yourself.
I go see as my second
You are
question.
feeling like a contact the prancing peacock. I'm about to cut your wings. Hello? Now, in the amalgamation of 1914, who was the woman who drew the line of the amalgamation? Who cut the report? Who is the person that used scissors? What is his name?
That woman.
Yeah,
dream.
You have done me dirty. I've marked your face. I've marked your face. If anything happened to me today,
I don't
if I don't reach my house. Anyway, I'm gonna be chauffeured, so.
You remember now, Avi? Yeah, but you never too thin. Now you remember.
Hey.
If a person who indulges habitually in watching a sexual material is called a voyeur.
That's what they're called.
You clearly say you don't go even get the next one.
Hey, a voyeur.
Voyeur.
Then go on.
What is a person who makes one?
A
called?
voyeur. A voyagist. A bon voyage.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's Your View. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the part of the show where I really have a lot of fun. Why? I'm highly competitive. I'm not going to ask you regular questions with me. I'm not well. So you're going to be as nuts as I am today, yes?
Ready.
Alrighty. Hey, sorry. Can you put it down here, please? King Dion versus Tony. Oh, thank you. See all the Lee Kuku things you do. They make me no. Who said this?
I want to every day closer. Girl, I want to make you closer.
Okay.
Solve the wall!
Thanks for staying with us. So yesterday, the Super Eagles of Nigeria qualified for the Africa Cup of Nations final in Cote d'Ivoire after defeating the Bafana of South Africa on penalties in the semi-final clash at the stadium yesterday. We'll be speaking with our correspondent, the young man that is looking to get married in South Africa, in Cote d'Ivoire, but very soon. We call him Pablo here. His name is Adeyemi Adeyemo. We'll be speaking to you in a moment, but first, we'd like to hear from Nigerians on your excitement, on your view, your thoughts, your all the emotions you're going through. Call us on 081-07641-679, 090-241-63440. Also tweet to us at TVC Entertainment _. We'd love to hear from you. The excitement of yesterday and today. There's no way we can have your view today without saying something about yesterday's match. Who wants to go first?
I'm just grateful to God.
So for me, I feel that the strength of Nigeria's football, what made Nigeria's football such a front burner, is the fact that it unifies everybody. You know, we all forget about everything and we focus on we need to win, we must win, we have to win.
Yeah.
And it is not, we're not on the pitch. If we're not looking at the pitch and saying it's a Yoruba person that scored the goal or it's an Edo person that is the star of the match, it is this guy is a Nigerian. Everybody on the field, we're all Nigerians. And it's been a long time we've had this kind of feeling. Like it's been such a long time that we've recorded such wins, and we started. It started from the bottom and now we're here. When we started, we didn't think we were going to even get to the finals. Actually, the first 3 matches was...
Yes, because we qualified through the whiskers and was just really...
And so this is like a steady going up, and we are seeing that unifying force, that Nigerians are rallying together. We had more people watching yesterday's match than any other of the AFCON match, because we have now come together.
Gain momentum.
There's something, yes, we've gained momentum, and that momentum is good for us. Every other thing, all the noise of, hey, petrol is this one, it died down. It was just on social media, all I was just saying was rejoicing, celebrating, cheering. And I'm like, this is good. This is good energy. And I would like to see how the government encourages such by putting them on the front burner. This guy should be rewarded. It should be talked about over and over again, so that we can maintain this energy and carry.
I got a call from a family member that doesn't live in Nigeria, and he just feel like I feel like I should be in Nigeria right now. Like, like this emotion, I cannot have it in Obodo. It doesn't connect. I wish I could fly down right. I was like, I know the feeling, because it's just something about that connection that brings us together.
Even my sons, my kids in school said that all through school yesterday, everybody in class was talking about Nigerian match. I said, yeah, he's going to teach us, the students. I'm like, oh, this is good. So it's strictly
unifying us. Anybody else?
I think the last excitement I had for this sort of like the Nigerian match was 1994.
Yeah,
that was the one.
Yeah,
and I think that we had more women watch the game yesterday.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of tweets and they cracked me up. And we were like, wait, men, is this how you guys face this tension? How are you trying? Oh, no wonder you can handle women. I saw all sorts of things on social media. But, you have to give kudos to the team and, of course, the coach. Because, they really wrote the coach off at the beginning. Let's not lie. Let's say we really wrote the coach.
Take responsibility.
Had something, up their sleeves. He really stepped up the game. I'm very excited. I really hope it will be so good, right, if we won. It would be so good.
For me, yesterday was the finals match.
I know
Nigerians are saying we're waiting for Sunday. But for me, that South African one,
banana.
It just entered me somehow. Okay, for me, this is final. If you like lose, but let me come to see.
Yeah.
Did you watch the match?
No, I didn't watch the match. Unfortunately, I was rolling on my bed.
I did not watch the match.
I was in my own space. I wasn't feeling myself yesterday, but I could feel the energy.
Yeah.
Because I knew that when Oga came home, he was excited, about the whole thing. And the kids, if my teenagers were home, we would have had that conversation.
Yeah.
But everybody was planning to go and sleep and come back to work the next day. So, but I know that entertainment, being someone who was raised by a sports person, was created, first of all, to unite people, to bring people together. And when people come together, the energy in the collective goes up.
Yeah.
And even though I did not watch the match, I could feel the energy, even when I came into the makeup room this morning, the conversations were there, everybody was excited. You can feel the energy. And I want us to continue in this momentum, because even while they are still preparing to play for a Sunday, the energy that we also exude will get to them one way or the other, and we are hoping that they will win the match. And let the energy not die down after this football match. We need this energy most importantly in other aspects of life, in our economy, how we think of ourselves collectively. I know that after this, everybody goes back to I am my tribe person. You are not from my place. You are not from my church. You are not from that. And that has continually given us that division and where we find ourselves today. But is there any way we can hold on to this energy and just move it into other things so that we are working together? We are patriotic about our own things. We are doing our own things. We're proud to be who we are. We are proud to be Nigerians.
What I like the most is the reaction of young people, because you talk about 94. We were young people then. That was our time. And the only Nigerians these young people know is the divided Nigeria. Nigerians that we have to just have everybody your own tribe, your own religion, we're all different. That's all they know. That's all they've been exposed to. And this, they are seeing it for the first time. Like, listen, we can actually be together. So I cried when I saw that video where those girls were just singing the Nigerian anthem. I was just crying. They were singing the national anthem, and then they said, I pledge Nigeria, my country. They actually said the pledge. They all got pledge you. They owned it. It's their country. That thing made me shiver, because these are the same young people that many of them are on Twitter, bashing the country. So the truth is that we have a common ground. And we can find it, you know, and I was so excited about that. Yes,
many. We've been united with the Afrobeat sounds. We allow certain areas. Allow certain areas. That's what makes me. So this generation created this. They are the ones that, you know, it is in their time we got the Grammys Best African Act. At this time we got all of this. Let some things unite them, and then they downplay some things. I would also love to see this energy extended for the female, the female version. This is a group playing, because when they are playing, that's when I enjoy football. And then I don't see everybody shouting. My 7-year-old boy was shouting "It's not offside" yesterday. He was watching football, and I was shocked that he knew the details, and he knows the keeper's name. I was shocked. He's 7, but he likes football. But when he gets to the female, everybody just has to go.
I remember the name of the team.
And they also did very well.
Super Falcons.
Super Falcons.
Super Falcons, when they play. Everybody just, you know, and these ladies, they bring in a lot of expertise into football. They also play well.
Yeah, absolutely correct.
We have so many other things. Our food has gone global. Everywhere in the world. So we choose what to celebrate.
That
was how we got excited about her. And then we choose certain things, and then we must continue to bless our country. This country has greatness in it. There's no time, the ups and downs, you know, anytime, at every time. That be cut off fresh. We always be blessing your country.
But you know, you have to say that, you have to think about the fact that there was result, which is the reason everyone's rejoicing. If there's result in the economy, if egg you can afford, I mean, we can't afford egg right now. If you can afford egg, then perhaps, you know, when we see these things happen, we actually do celebrate. So it'd be nice to have more of winnings.
Let me quickly respond to that. You see, around the world, when the energy crisis happened, it happened in every country. I remember then the British would go and say, we are buying palm for about 1,000 something. They'll convert it to Naira and be saying it's too high. It was last administration. But they didn't stop being British. Nigerians quickly stopped being Nigerian and called the country
once things go bad.
When things go bad. So there are good times, there are bad times, and that's how life is.
Normal. Very true.
So we would see a better day. I believe we will see Nigeria will get better.
It's just, I'm just thinking about the fact that, yes, there are good times and bad times, but we can't lie that since we've been young, there's been a lot of bad times. So there's been very little respite, very little rest and winnings. Again, let's see something to rejoice about as well, besides this. I mean, we'll jump on it.
Yeah, so can I add something?
Prices
I beg to define this, because I understand how energy works. There's something they call feeling forward.
True.
There's something they call creating your reality.
True.
We're not saying don't call out the bad things that are happening in government, call it out, but do not curse the country.
Very
so
true, I agree with that.
What we hear is, we call out and then we add a curse. And then that energy becomes dark and is hovering on the
Very
collective.
true.
We're saying, let's clean up the collective energy we have.
Like what we're
Things
feeling
will
now.
always, even in the America, I travel all the time. They are not having it. I see homeless people begging me for money.
Of course.
They're not having it all good.
Of course.
Some people will do good, some people will not do good, but they are proud. Even the beggar is proud to be an American. I'm an American. I'm an American.
True.
So let's pick on that energy, call out what is bad, and do not begin to lay words. Because our
negative
words
words.
are energy. Negative words on the country. This country can never be good for this country. Can never. Call out the person, the government that's doing the bad thing. Call out the items.
Not
But own your space as a Nigerian and own it in hope and understanding that there will always be a better future.
Let me go on a short break. When we come back, we continue. We would like to hear from our fans. Stay with us. We'll be right back. The fans, I mean viewers. Wish, I love them.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
This week on Reality Check, we continue in our usual fashion by bringing you the exciting moments from your favorite reality TV shows. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least,
come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on... Thanks for staying with us. As I said, we're going to open our phone lines. Call us on 081-0764-1679, 090-241-63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Entertainment _. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Before the break, BC was talking about, the energy, and I said, no victory can be Nigerian without adding the spiritual.
True.
There's
all the pastors.
The Spirit, Holy Spirit, these Muslim ones, everybody must say yes. This is the we prayed. People were praying, people were fasting. I saw a video of was scabashing. People were scabashing. But this thing, we must enter it. And I really like to see how many people prayed. Like somebody was saying that the way we genuinely prayed for the Super Eagles yesterday, if we can genuinely pray for Nigeria, that same way, we'll see results. Because we just pray plastic prayers. But the genuineness of that prayer yesterday was real from the bottom of our heart.
There's something about manifesting with your emotions. Like when you are affirming something and your emotions are very, very high. Like you truly believe this. Every fiber of your being wants it. It comes to pass. So like I could see it was not one-sided. It wasn't... We're watching, we're trying to do videos, as in shoot some videos, and I could, like everybody was, Nigeria is going to play, Nigeria is going to play. Like you could see that expectation,
anticipation,
and yes, you could feel it. Yeah. You could feel the positive energy that is emanating from every
even in the hospitals. People left there, they carried that thing they call that they hang drip. They carried their drip to the center
so
to go and watch. People were watching.
And I love how you pointed, you're linking it to how we see Nigeria and how we've had this conversation. There's the hardship hardship is a reality for many people right now. And it's easy to look at that and not see the positives and the opportunities. So this is a rallying moment. This is an exciting moment. And like Mom Raya said, let us, as we are passionately praying for Super Eagles, let's pray that this president, this administration works. Because if they work, we would all rejoice.
Let me take Festus from Keto. Thanks for calling. You're live.
Good morning, everybody.
You don't sound excited.
We need that energy, please.
You were rejoiced at night.
Formally, I used to say that, they say the fastest way to die young is by smoking, that smokers are likely to die young.
Yes.
And I used to say the fastest way to die young is by supporting Super Eagles. But right now, I've changed that. Because they really surprised everybody. Nobody gave them that chance that they could get to that level. Because when you watch them play, the way they give more energy to their club level performance. And when it comes to national this thing, it wasn't like that. So people decided to turn away. But right now, they are bringing us together. Now, concerning the issue of oneness, I think you people should appeal to the media organizations, some radios. When they invite people or when they give like I'm phoning now, and this thing is being heard all over the world. Now, like I'm phoning now, they will always give them room to abuse the government, to call the government undated. I can begin to mention stations, I tell you here, that, you know, here in Lagos, that are doing such. So when they curse and they are, you know, helping people to know mind. They are poisoning people's mind against the government.
In the name of freedom of speech.
Yes, because of media. So let the NBC or whatever begin to control. Now
Thank you very much, Mr. Festus.
That is law.
So the clip, I'll come to you, Shoma, in a second. Now, the clip, I'm told that the clip of the girl singing in the hostel is ready. I'd like to see that. Please, let's watch that clip. Doesn't get better than that. And I really wanted our leaders to see that.
What this does.
Because these are your people. These are Nigerians who actually can believe in the national anthem, can believe in the pledge from their hearts. If they see the results.
Absolutely.
If they see it, they will connect. It's not like these young people hate you. It's not like they don't stand you. They can't stand you because the government feels the people hate them. They don't like us. Oh, these young people don't understand. But you see, when we provide results for Nigerians, they will align and love their nation as they should.
Stop, using the Commonwealth for selfish reasons.
Yes.
Let the Nigerian be able to say, oh, I have this need. There's a government provision for it.
And it works.
Basic. I walk into the Federal Medical Center. There's a provision for my aged mother. I'm not carrying them across the express. So, basic things just to make life worth living. We can't reach everybody, but provide it at least. Let it be existing, and let people be accountable. Let there be, a supervision of some people of sorts on the people managing these facilities. It's very important. Festus mentioned something earlier. Just yesterday, as the match was playing, there was another show popularly watched at the same time that I usually watch. And so I kept switching in between just to calm nerves. And there was a guy on TV cursing, saying the country is gone. Nigerians the economy is killing us. And I'm wondering, you switch to another place and see Nigerians. I said, which Nigerians are dying? These ones are, they have something to live for. And some people just go out with their bad messages on media houses, spreading this narrative. Things are hard, but people might be able to find a way. But if you continue pushing, somebody will just give up and say, oh, it's hard for everybody. Let me join the people and start crying. And that person is politician.
I think it's about finding balance. In the media, whether you like it or not, stories have to be told as much as possible with all the details as possible. However, yes, there's something to be said about narrative and the way that it is being, weaved in the society. But coming again to those negative things, I think we have to start from home. The way that we use negativity, and we say it like it's normal. I'll say you're stupid, and we can laugh about it. Somebody will say your father, and we can laugh about it. When indeed, these things are insults and curses even. I was talking about, I remember when I was much younger, and I went to French Village, and we're going on an excursion to Cotonou. And I remember how we went on this excursion with the teacher. We couldn't speak our French very well, so there was still a little navigating to do, and then, of course, exchange rate confusion. We saw this guy that sells ice cream. We bought ice cream, and the change he was giving, some people felt like he was underchanging them, you know. And so they started, you know, having a friction of some sort. There was a banter between them and it was getting heated. So the teacher came and asked what was going on. The man narrates his story. We're trying to tell him, oh, no, he cheated us and da-da-da-da. And then somebody said, you are mad. You see, at that, you are mad. The man left the issue about the money. He left all of those things and he faced, how dare you tell? In Cotonou, you tell somebody you are stupid. They don't take it lightly.
Yeah.
But we use it as general banter. We laugh over it. We will say it like, you know, and nobody will flinch. I've been in a household in this Nigeria. It was the first time I saw that. You cannot mention any curse word. Again, curse word now, when we think of curse word, we think of the F word as opposed to you are mad as a curse word.
Let me take this call from, I think I have a call. Good morning, thanks for calling. Osaz, you're live. Go ahead, Osaz.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Osaz, good morning. We're so happy to, I'm your first caller.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, you know, the issue right now is that really South Africa really dealt with us, really mocked at us. Like, this is a generator republic. This is a generator republic and that we are no good. We don't have good government and all that stuff. They laughed at us that we're coming to their country to come and hustle and all that stuff. So we as a country, we united against that mockery. We united against that insult. You know, look at the Grammys. They gave it to Tyler for no reason. When we have good, credible artists in Nigeria that turn up the O2 arenas, turn up City Stadium in New York City. You know, so at the end of the day, we also took our ground to make sure that mockery that they mocked at us, we're able to stand as a country to tell them that we are good. Even if our leaders are bad, we have that spirit, that unity among us, and we can do a lot of business. So
thank you very much, Osaz. Absolutely, you're right. But it's important for us to reiterate, South Africa never mocked Nigerians with that post concerning the generator. Because many people posted it irresponsibly and trying to make posts and trying to condition Nigerians to think a certain way. It never happened. It was about them. It was a video, but somebody was just malicious to now couch it to make it look as Nigeria. So please, let us get that narrative right. Talk about you're going to say something.
It's a power of the way misinformation can spread. So far, they say when the lie will travel further and it will take true. And people have come out to say that wasn't an advert for Nigeria. It was an advert for their own country. But we are not taking not listening to it. And so we must take responsibility as a people about what we're putting out there. There are many people that will take anything they see on social media as gospel truth. And so we must be responsible. We must research anything you want to post and be ready to take responsibility if for any reason it is found wrong. Because it could have led to violence in some way. That somebody will say, oh, you insulted me, I'm going to face you. Your country dares, your entire country chose to insult me in a TV advert, I'll face you back. Please, let's be wise. And even as we're celebrating victory, we'll not start showing eagle carrying antelope, eagle climbing on lion, please.
Let me take this call. Good morning, you're live.
Eagle climbing on lion.
Hello.
Good morning, you're live.
Yeah, good morning. Up Super Eagle!
That is the energy we need. Yes, sir.
I don't like the energy at all. We need this energy. We need this joy.
Yes.
My name is Adeoti.
We do. Thank you so much for calling Adeoti.
First time caller.
All right, fantastic. That's a very common comment. Thank you very much, Adeoti.
Thank God for the Almighty. Thank God Almighty for the victory over the Bafana boys. Although there was transmission break when the SA player wanted to play their first kick, and I was shouting, Heavenly Host should direct his leg to the bush.
Yes, so I like the fact that we're having this conversation and how we are directing it to, expose and explore other aspects of making us a better nation. And I would like people to understand that how we speak, it's often a reflection of what we think about ourselves. True. And because sometimes we do not see ourselves as so much, we can trace how it started happening to where we are now. We use words anyhow, not even minding how we reflect on us. And sometimes some of us speak from a very bitter place. Some people are really struggling, and that's all they know, and they speak from that place. So the awareness now is to ensure that every word you're speaking. And why I want to back this up, because the subconscious mind does not know the difference between me and you. So if I say you're stupid, I'm actually saying I'm stupid. And that's how it's translated. And that's why sometimes we make so much prayer, but we do not see the results because we're not aligning in our conversation. Our mouth is saying something else, our heart is saying something else, we are feeling something else. So it comes from your thoughts. What you stew in is how you speak. And what you speak results to the action that you're going to have. And your action will move into the feelings. And you cannot manifest positively if you're consistently stewing in a negative feeling. So we need to be very careful. And by God's grace, as a lot of us get some of this awareness, you see that some things are changing gradually. And we now need to show the light to other people who do not understand. I was in a taxi at some point. Oh, you have a call?
Yes, I do. Boniface will hold it for a minute. Good morning, Boniface. You're live.
I'm Super Eagles!
Yes, so.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Amen.
Amen.
But I'm going a different way this morning.
Go on.
Hello?
Go ahead.
I'm going a different way. The reason why you see Nigerians are not supporting Nigeria is because of our attitude. Look at what happened in Jos. And that is what is happening whenever major football is coming. Either it is European football, either it is all this crop-size football. NEPA, that is power holding, NEPA, that is NEPA. Around 8 o'clock in the morning, they bring light. When it is 4:17 to 5, they took off the light. So we play like that. But when it is a 10 for Cote d'Ivoire and DR Congo, they brought the light. Why is it that they are punishing their own citizens? They force us to go to view center to pay money and watch our own country Super Eagles playing. But when it is on other people's country, they bring the light for us to watch other people's countries. Is it supposed to be like that?
All right, thank you very much, sister.
It's the most patriotic thing to do.
To take light.
So how is the Ministry of Power?
Even though we didn't have lights before, you know, but still, that day they should have made it work.
To watch it is not fair.
How did Amapiano matter enter the give us GCs. What? I don't understand. I just saying everybody Amapiano. That football we play. What's that?
Took over the music stage around the world with Afrobeats. Other African countries decided that we need to have sound, have our own. And so they created the Amapiano sound in South Africa. As they created it, for it to join stage, Nigerians had to help them. And it wasn't nice. So each time they say we have this sound, Nigerians will say, Ashake did it. This one did it. These guys jumped on it. That's why it blew and all of that. And we actually did. So eventually we came back and Kukuma took it over and started to use it to create Afrobeats mix and all of that. And on Twitter, that place was hot.
It's our piano.
So our piano, yeah. Our piano. But you know that anything that I mean, we have to give credit to Nigeria. Anything we touch can turn to gold. We go out to other parts of the world and we literally just bloom. So it tells what the promise that we hold. If we can just, come together, be positive, and our government can help us out.
I know we're trying to get Pablo on. I'm not sure if he's on because I would love to hear what's going on in Ivory Coast right now, the excitement, the jubilation. But did you hear from Nigerians in South Africa? Many of them have to just day their day.
I think news started coming out in good time a few days before, asking people in South Africa to be mellow because of the tendencies of, violence and racial.
Advisory from our ministry.
But I'm also the news that after the match there was no information about anything violent happening. So it means
there was a trend.
Yes,
the hashtag xenophobia trend on Twitter.
Yes, so
it means that Nigerians were also being careful.
I'm happy that we didn't have any news of anything negative. That after they won the match, we comported, they comported. That's what I wanted to acknowledge, that they also comported themselves and it didn't get violent.
Which is great.
I'm happy about that.
I'm told I have Ajoke on the line. Good morning, Ajoke. You're live. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good morning. Congratulations to Nigeria. I feel very excited. I am privileged to be a Nigerian.
Yes, so...
I just wanted to say my personal story about yesterday.
Yes.
Like, I own a shop, I sell provisions. And I had to close like 5:30 and everybody was like, where are you going? Obani, I'm going to watch a Nigeria match. I cannot come and kill myself. Everybody has to like, this woman, you have money to make. There is something. Despite the harshness of the economy, we owe it to ourselves to create happiness for ourselves and within.
Look at that. I
am having personal issues with our leaders, but I don't believe anybody can kill me or kill my spirit. So it's that same spirit I saw in yesterday's match. Forget the fact that it's football that unites, but the fact that you put in effort and you're seeing results. That is what I saw in yesterday's match. I'm proud of these guys. I am proud to be a Nigerian. I am just, I don't know. I felt
we feel you.
Ecstatic.
Thank you very much, Ajoke.
Yeah, thank you. Have a lovely day.
You too. As excited as Ajoke on Twitter. The general says, TVC Connect. These girls didn't even miss a line of the pledge and the national anthem. Did my tears well up in my eyes. Just as Morel said, government, connect with your youth now. Give us hope again. Kill corruption now. So Achokus was said, at my office, I was the only believer in this team. I told everybody I'll convert them. And now, glory don't reach down. Everybody don't turn believer. I've always said, I'll be the glass half full kind of guy. Where he says, it's about finding balance. In the media, stories have to be told. Nima should tell the guest lady that I owe a bottle of love. Something.
Okay, we have to wrap up on this because I know we have a guest this morning. But I think, in a nutshell, this football has united Nigerians. Just as one of the ladies said, let's try to retain this emotion as much as we can, because we are. That's who we really are. This is the essence of the Nigerianness that we really desire and want to have as a nation. I think that our leaders should learn. We as a people should see how connected we are in this season and try to remember this feeling. I mean, I posted something on social media where the clip of that penalty clip is for the archives. Whenever you're down, whenever the government is getting on your nerves, go back and watch that clip. It reminds you that, listen, we are Nigerians, there's something we can get right, and it's football. Let's go on a short break now and come back, bring in our sponsored segment. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Long-distance relationships and the sacrifices partners make.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni, Yeni, Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger!
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Vanessa wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Ọmọ fẹlá. Ọmọ Aníkúlá Pókùtì. Wọ́n rò pé kí ni kékeré yìí.
It's by Audison. It's not by Audison.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the
Diaspora investing and how his company is financing such a capital-intensive project? He'll also be discussing why he chose to expand to the United States, how this move will be beneficial to both the country and the people of Nigeria, and what should we expect from the company going forward. Welcome with us, Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Welcome to the show. Good to have you.
Welcome. Thank you. Blessed am I. First of all, congratulations to all of us.
Yes.
We won. We're in the finals.
Yeah.
We're lifting the cup.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us about GTEX Old. We know you've grown over the years, 40-acre property in the United States, in Houston, I heard.
Yeah.
So this is a huge step. Tell us exactly what your plans are with this 40-acre.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you for having me. So for us is that we started expansion about 3 years ago or so. We moved to Dubai. Incidentally, Murai was at our office opening in Dubai 3 years ago.
No, it was Tokyo. You're not carrying me to Dubai. You're not carrying me to Dubai.
Sorry, I mean Tokyo.
Yes.
So Tokyo was so the expansion started then, where we opened office in Dubai, and then we've been doing some stuff in the UK and now US as well. We have 20 units of 3-bedroom in Valdosta we're selling. We have in Alabama. But this one we are building from scratch.
Okay.
And when completed, will be the largest green and smart home in the whole of America. Yeah, in a single location.
Ambitious.
It's over 400 housing units, generating electricity from solar, wind energy, and things like that. So for us, we also realized that there's a benefit in it helping the country. We don't often have Nigerian companies go invest abroad and be able to repatriate their profits to still develop Nigeria. The reality is that in the real estate sector in Nigeria, we are having liquidity issues. All of us who are developers. However, in the US, you don't have much of liquidity issue. For example, this is a $150 million project. We've already secured 70% from institutional investors. Now, you can't get that in Nigeria.
Yeah, wow.
Right? And we're projecting that in the first 5 years, we should have 100% capital appreciation on the project. And we can withdraw, that's another benefit with US. You can then withdraw that 100 million and still put some of it back to the project you're doing in Nigeria.
Take a few more questions from you.
Please, now that you have faced Obodo Ibo, is GTEX migrating now, or what's expected of GTEX? We that were in Nigeria hoping for you to come and do this for us here, but you have carried it to
No, but we are here. Okay. We currently have over 20 estates, average some 200 acres, 50 acres and above. And however, like I said earlier, when you look at the challenge we're facing, so for example, I tell customer, pay me 100 million, I give you a 5-bedroom, right? Within 6 months, what it will cost me to build that 5-bedroom could have moved to 150 million. Now, if I tell the customer, pay more money, it becomes you people have come again, you have scammers, you are defrauding. So it creates a limitation at this moment of volatility in Naira dollar. So rather than just fold your hands with the challenge you're facing, you have opportunities internationally. I mean, it's just us taking advantage of that. And with that international project can start funding what you now do back at home. Now you can use those, income profit from US project to begin to build your house. When you complete it, you ask whoever wants to buy, the price it costs you to build, rather than waiting for people to invest and then using their money to build. I hope this makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I am very curious about your target audience, but let's leave that for a minute. You did talk about over 400 housing units at $150 million, and you've gotten 70%.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe we should ask, are you raising the funds? That's a lot.
So typically, in the US, UK as well, once you have certain records, and our Dubai business helped us, so they want to see your audited account, they want to see your bank statement. And once they see that, they're ready to give you the money.
Wow.
So we got pre-approval in 24 hours.
Whoa. Wow.
Yes.
Nigeria will get there.
We are in that energy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you about the deadline for investors. I know that you probably still have opening for investors to join this project. What's the deadline for them to join?
So what we're doing is to raise another 30%. Some the company is funding, another 15%. We're doing what we call debt syndication. Individuals are investing to get returns every year from the project. So for us, we have another 3 weeks to go, and we're done with that. Because we're in the permit phase, and then hopefully by August, we should be back when we start the building itself, because there's a whole process to. And US is very regulated, so everything is step by step, and it's easier. You don't have issue of building collapse because, even the engineers will lose their license and they will go to jail if they compromise on quality, which is part of what we'll be advocating that needs to happen in Nigeria. It's not wisdom to hold investors accountable when buildings collapse. You take over their land, they are the ones you are looking for. When the real practitioners are the engineers on site, and in developed countries, the engineers are licensed by the state, and if anything goes wrong on a project you, a licensed engineer in charge of, you lose your license and you go to jail, not the investor.
Nigeria, they're sacred cows. They have connections, so they won't go to jail. It was unfortunate. But there was a question that Chema asked earlier, which I'd like to go back to. Who exactly is your target audience? Because someone like me, I live and earn in Naira. I don't see myself changing my small shekere Naira to dollar to go and buy $150 million.
No, it's not.
I know it's not $150 million. Just say that. But it's like, so who is it me? You're not targeting people like me. Who are you targeting?
So basically, I mean, we have, we're targeting people like you as well. Right? We have an opportunity for people to invest, whether in Naira, whether in dollars.
Okay.
As low as $10,000, as low as 20 million Naira, they can invest.
What would that get you?
right? So that it depends, the percentage range, right? From 6% to 8% to 10%. So depending on what you put in. Some even get up to 15% to 20%. So it depends on what you put in. But it's open. It's done more in America, where people, when you launch a project, you have either equity syndication or you have debt syndication. And I think it's something that should be encouraged in Nigeria as well for people to raise liquidity. So when you're running a big project like that, a portion of it, you can tell people, oh, come invest. As we make profit, you get returns. And at the moment, you know, a lot of people have children abroad who are in Nigeria. And it's difficult to keep changing naira to dollar. I mean, you heard the CBN governor say the major reason for our dollar crash is paying children's school fees. We are looking about I was shocked when I said $95 billion. Right, going to school fees.
In the past 10 years,
So if parents have assets in the U.S., you know, you have houses in the U.S., the rental income, you just need to take care of the school fees. If you have an investment in the U.S. in dollars, the rental income, use it to pay. So it's a win-win.
Interesting. Yeah, so you started out as a Nigerian-owned business.
Yep.
And now you are expanding into the world space, the global space. In your business moves so far, do you think you have everything it takes to operate properly within the global space, especially with their laws so different from what we have here?
Well, again, we're not new to it anymore. That question will have been maybe relevant maybe 4 or 5 years ago. But now, we operate in Dubai. Our first year in Dubai alone, we did over $10 million. And, you know, before you say Jack Robinson, we did a lot. In fact, our Nigerian business couldn't even qualify us for the 70% we got. And that's part of why you see businesses struggle in Nigeria. As big as our Nigerian businesses,
when you change it to dollar,
couldn't qualify us. It was the Dubai business that got you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
The corrupt Nigerians patronize you. You know, they carry our money to Dubai, carry our money to other countries. I hope they're not part of your customers.
Well, I think if they patronized me, I would have been bigger than this. and I noticed that they don't even like people who are out there.
Okay.
Right?
Like quiet people.
They like quiet people. Because if you're out there, it's easy for a government agency, you have to research you and say, is this guy that's bankrolling?
Yeah, I got you.
And all of that. So, for me, it was even intentional at the beginning to be out there so that you can discourage people who just want to call you and say, yeah, take this money, launder it for us.
Yeah.
I mean, and thank God today we've passed that level. There's no money anybody has.
Can praise you.
Yeah.
So you've talked about the opportunity for investment, but how do investors outside Nigeria sort of repatriate this monies? How do they get back?
So the beautiful thing is they can always do that. Even when we open in Dubai, about 99% of our clients don't live in Dubai. And today we're able to send the rental income from the house they bought from us. We send it to them anywhere in the world they are.
Oh, wow.
So the same will happen in this project as well. So, you know, people can always, but of course, they dictate whether they want to get a check, whether they want it back into a domiciliary account, whether they want it in Naira or whatever. And mind you, we have a lot of pool of Nigerians in diaspora as well who are watching this show, which is part of why we're here, who are also going to invest. So aside those back at home as well. But beyond that is also a good news for Nigeria. For me, one of the things why we're even pushing this, not even just for raising investors, is to correct how to japa. Right?
Okay.
You know, when you want to, I see Nigerians want to leave Nigeria, they shut down the entire thing they built all their life in Nigeria and then go and pick up a job. You know, and then years later, because I meet some of them as Uber driver, you now see them trying to shalaye. I was a big man in Nigeria. You know, I didn't ask you a question. You know, I used to get it comment. You know, don't bother. Yeah, it's just a phase. I'm doing Uber now. Like, I didn't ask a question. But what needs to start happening is okay, you want to move to another country. You can expand the business you started here, right, into these countries. You can move professionally, and also it's important that Nigerians in diaspora begin to think entrepreneurship. the way Trump treated us wasn't anything personal. Is that when we move to diaspora, we're only thinking professional careers, nurse, doctor. We're not thinking business. The Indians, when they move, you know, I mean, all Silicon Valley, they own all of it. Chinese, they're buying malls. They're building their own estates. They're owning assets. They're building businesses. So when I was shocked when Dubai gave me data of the highest investors, country by country. Nigeria was not in top 10. Was not even in top 20.
Wow.
Why? Even the so-called Nigerians who were investing, we're not doing legitimately. In fact, when we moved to Dubai, in 1 year, we became the largest black-owned brokerage.
Wow.
Right? Because we don't even do things legit. You go through one brother called, put the thing under somebody else's name, the thing will not even show that this transaction came from Nigerians by Nigerians. So when they now throw us, put visa ban, because they look at it, okay, have you people invested? How much are you adding to my economy? How much jobs are you even creating for us to be considering? Exactly. So, but data not available. So it's important for us to begin to think of owning businesses in diaspora so that they can respect us. Fantastic. That we didn't just come to take their job. We are creating jobs
for them.
We are adding money. I always share the story of my first time in the US. And then they took me for, okay.
Go ahead.
So the guy put me aside to second interview. So at some point I had to walk up to them, that's what's going on, why the delay? They said, don't you have the right? I said, well, you may have the right, but I've been to other countries, they don't treat me like this. And the guy said, he's a black guy. So well, because you Nigerians, you always say half truth, half lie.
No.
My brain was, I was like...
Half truth, half lie.
I mean, I did not know when I say, Google my name, I'm not an ordinary Nigerian. He said, yes, we'll see your social media. I said, no social media. Media interview, books I've written. Once he had book, he said, you're an author? I knew I got it, so I put my hand in my pocket. I said, yes, check it, it's on your Amazon. Right? And he went to Amazon right there in my presence. You know, Google put my name on Amazon and saw my books. He said, obviously, you're somebody important from Nigeria. On behalf of the government of the United States of America, welcome to Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
I said, yes, sir. I collected my respect back.
I'm telling you. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. So it's a pleasure having you on the show. Wishing you all the best with your project. Quite ambitious, I would say, but I'm sure that as Nigerians, we have the resilient spirit. There's nothing we can do.
Absolutely.
Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we move on to our hot topic. Stay with us. Another hot topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome pioneer Positive Force member, dancing queen of the 80s, non-conformist, Afrobeat historian in her right, and long-standing member of the multiple award-winning all-female show Your View, Omoyeni, Yeni, Anikulapo Kuti, aka YK Power! Ginger!
Take it.
Today we'll go here.
Hey, I don't read you.
Are you sure?
I know I'm not here to answer questions, I'm here to drink.
We're in trouble today.
Wait till your age.
I was close now.
I
said 1975.
He said 73. He said 75. Fellas wasn't even born till 75.
So will I drink half?
You go drink. Take. Make I help you. Russian.
No be half.
Which half? You will make me drink. I'll give you a hint.
Lights in no. Nepa Road. Nepa Road in Abeokuta.
First of all, my brain cannot memorize everything.
A big black bug.
A big black dog.
Bug. A big black bug.
Oh, sorry. A big.
It don't start.
Omo fela. Omo Anikula Pokuti. Oro pe kini kekere.
It's by Audison. It's not by Audison. Ladies and gentlemen, please help welcome to the show La General, the one and only Pere Egbe. Which of the following is false about teeth? We are born with 20 primary teeth. Teeth are the hardest substance in the body. Teeth are the strongest bones in the body.
Teeth is not a bone, actually.
Teeth can self-repair.
The strongest bone in the body, no. Teeth is not a bone.
Final answer?
Teeth is not a bone. You know what came to my head now? That sound. Crickets.
So, editor, you can put that cricket sound there. You can still put it down too.
When was the first Gulda ultimate search? Editor?
Don't put any cricket sound. I'm talking. Okay, parent.
Go TV 16 and Play TV 801.
Thanks for staying with us. So, you know, it's Thursday, and we love to do love, family, relationships on Thursdays. So, our hot topic this morning is from a Nollywood actor, Don Richard, who went to social media to tackle married men who give their wives privacy over their phones. In a video shared online, reaches as how a woman whose husband paid her bride price will be comfortable locking her phone with a password. How can you? What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 081-0764-1679-09021-63440. You can also tweet to us at TVC Entertainment _ You can also please hashtag your VTVC so we can read your tweet. Okay, so he as a man is thinking that I have paid your bride price. We have done wedding. I own you. You are now, say, two shall become one. Completely. Everything you own, I own. So on what basis would you be having privacy of phone, privacy of life? What is private about you? We are now two have become one. Is that what the Bible said?
Sort of agree with him, Sha.
You agree?
I don't understand. I don't have passwords that are unknown to my husband, neither does he, including PIN. That's how it's supposed to be. Because if you can open up your privacy for somebody, it's the phone that you are guiding. But some people have brought, try to criticize this kind of statements. Every individual, their privacy, they are allowed. Some people even called him foolish. When I saw it yesterday, I was at the office. I had to just go back to work. Called him foolish for even thinking it, because he linked it to paying bride price. But I'm saying some people are ready for wedding. They're not ready for marriage. They're not ready to be a husband, neither are they ready to be a wife. Those privileges that come with it also come with a lot of responsibility and duties. If you are not ready, stay your own. When you decide to do life with someone, you cannot now be claiming, privacy over gadgets. I don't understand. What would the secret
it could be depend on the context, because we don't know the backstory. There are some men who are spendthrifts. There are some men who are irresponsible. There are some men who, when they know you have 10 million naira in your account, they will insist that 8 million of it to pass it. So there are some irresponsible people, characters. We have both in men and women. So their partner will say, you know what, I better go and password this, because if this man knows the kinds of things I have, if he's checking my bank accounts and knowing my alerts, he's not going to allow me to breathe.
You have a long conversation to have.
You've tried those conversations.
Before we even go to irresponsible men, there are very responsible people who just believe that I married you, I did not buy you. My bride price is 7,000 naira. So is that because of 7,000 naira now, I should not have a voice. I should not have a life because you paid 7,000 naira on my head. So my parents that now raised me, what should they? They should have cuckoo killed me because they raised me. Because you paid 7,000 naira, I want to now own all of me. We need to understand that there is no one size fits all. People would always work based on what they understand and what they have seen will work for them. I had an arrangement with my partner. Our phones are passworded, all the phones. With my partner that password your phone, I password my phone. We heard so many stories of wives checking husband's phone, causing wahala, husband checking wife's phone and causing wahala. I say, and Auntie, I know you're in an industry, even before I got on TV, I was in an entertainment industry where I know people will be saying, hello, you're a fine girl, I know that. I don't want to see. I trust you enough to use your head and know what matters to you. I don't want to see. He is also a bloke. He's in an industry where people, in fact, in front of me, say they are flaunting all over him. I don't want to kill myself and give myself heartache. I don't go snooping into his phone. His phone is locked. His kids actually know his password. My kids know my password. But we don't go into each other's space because we agreed it's working for. Are you not saying that both of us are irresponsible? No. People would always devise what works for them. What I do not like is having these blankets that this is how marriage is supposed to be from your own perspective and your own, map of the world, and they're making it like if you're not doing it this way, it is wrong. That's what I disagree with.
I'm a little on the fence with this conversation because you do raise a very, solid point of what works for you.
Yeah.
However, I also think about things like safety and emergency. If I don't have your password and there's an emergency and you are the only one that has money, for instance, how are we going to navigate it? We have an issue. Let's say we don't have kids that have our passwords. You understand? So that is on one side an issue. But then I always believe that there's a backstory. Has he been snooping around a little too much? It's possible.
Yeah.
Because I'm with a reading group, a book club. We're called Humans Reading Books. We're reading a book called Conversations on Love by Natasha Lun right now. And one of the things that he talked about was about, relationships and partnership, and the fact that there is such a thing as dependence, codependence, and interdependence. The one that's a negative is when you are codependent. He was talking about how, she was talking about how you should learn to be interdependent, but understand that everybody needs space. One person cannot be your entire world, right? Yeah. So I should be able to come to you knowing that, when the real, parts of life and da-da-da-da hits me, my partner, right? But then I have friends and there are conversations I wouldn't want to have with you, not because you can't handle them, but because maybe you can't handle them, let's be honest. And so I don't need you snooping in on some of these conversations, right? So if you open an app and you lock your app inside the phone, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But the phone thing, that's why I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah.
Because of security.
Let me come to you, Toko. What are your thoughts on this issue?
My thoughts regarding, what's his name, the uncle actor that said it.
Ron something.
Please, you need to be learning. You're not a relationship coach. You cannot sit in a place based on your personal experience, dictate and judge people for their own personal decisions concerning their own lives and in their marriages. Please, we should learn to talk based on, this is what I do, this is what I think. So that's where I'll take it from. What I do is, I know my husband's password, he knows my own. What we don't do, what he doesn't do, I've never caught him, but he has caught me with his phone several times.
You are stupid.
Is that, no, but like I have access to his phone, a business accounts, he gets the alerts for some of the business transactions, so I cannot see it. I want to check the account balance, so, okay, help me do transaction, you have not done it, I've not seen that. So I check his phone to check his phone. So, but I'm not snooping in his phone, and I learned that because I felt that I have to give myself peace. Because if I go and look for something, what I'm looking for, I will see. And so I don't go looking, but I have access, and he has access to, but he doesn't come snooping.
Exactly.
So I think that that is what I do. It works for me. I am in a happy marriage. I know some people that are not in that space, their marriage is not strong enough to allow that password because they are married to an insecure person, male or female, and if they try it, it will be the end of that marriage. What is not existing will start existing just because one person is going to be checking per second. So it must work for you, knowing who you are, your personality.
So there's a saying that take the message, leave the message. I'm not a fan of this actor. I'm not holding brief for him, but I understand the certain basics for marriage: transparency, accountability, understanding. I run a home where everybody's phone and password is open to every member of family, including the children. The only reason I would password the phone is because I don't want the kids to go on videos on my phone so that they don't finish data. That's the only reason I will be locking it. But there's a Wi-Fi at home. Every phone is open because we don't want an emergency. There are certain ways you run a home that, you know, we focused on the emphasis on I paid your bride price. That can be insulting to any woman.
It is.
But you're married to someone is a better way to couch it. You know, and you'll find people in marriages who think, no, my business, if it's so much of your business that it can become an issue, then there's a problem. One time I was gossiping, serious gossip with my best friend in the UK about my husband. Something just happened immediately and I needed somebody to excel. I said, bless him. See something, and he walks in and I'll be like, can I use your phone? You cannot use my phone. You cannot read it. He say, And I said, I just typed trouble. She knew. She started deleting chats. And he was like, when did this start? But you know, these things can come, but some people have serious grounds for why they would not want their partners to be in their phone, and it is a ground enough that can break their marriage. I don't subscribe.
Yes. So, you know, she highlighted the issue of security, and I like that angle because sometimes when we make some decisions, we don't consider all of these things. But I've been married. I'm going to be 16 years this year. I've met this guy for 22 years of my life now, right? So, and we have had, by the grace of God, a blissful marriage, right? Now, one of the things we realized, because we also considered emergencies can happen where somebody needs to reach somebody. The children have our numbers, they know our passwords and all of that. Every partner has access to money, if money is going to be the issue. Maybe you need to pay for something quickly and then you are scrambling. Every partner has, so whether I am present or not, he can handle the bill. Any bill that comes up, whether he's present or not, I can handle any bill that comes up. And that meant that though our phones are passworded, our resources aren't passworded. It's not everything that is passworded. So you pick what you believe would work for you.
Resources
You would,
password.
exactly. That you password the resource. No, it depends. So you never see some husbands. There are some people that password the resources and then their phones are open. But then the husband has no access to what they earn. Everything that I earn, everything that I
Let me take this.
is aware and everybody can access money at the times that you want.
IK, thanks for calling. You're live. IK? We lost that call. Go ahead, Chima.
I was going to say, yes, I agree with you. However, again, there are other situations that can happen. If your husband left his phone at home, there's an emergency, something that he needs access to, and he's in the office.
You will give me the password.
If you call it, I won't even dial it.
Now, but what if he's not able to call you? You see, I'm just saying that there are other sorts of emergencies that do not, or that warrant that access that you might not have at that point in time because you didn't have a period. But again, because I'm on the fence, I was chatting with a friend of mine. She was venting about her husband. And so when she was now going, she's calmer and everything, she was going to meet him, she just remembered, she was like, oh, I have to delete our chats. And it's safety. But she needed to, like, you needed to speak to somebody.
So let me now comment here, because there's a part of insecurity that we've not talked about. Either to help your spouse who you know might be insecure for different reasons. Not because they hate you, not because, just to satisfy their own, either their egos or their insecurities. So for example, yesterday, I totally went off my usual routes because my husband knows my usual route. You go to work, you do this, and come back. But yesterday, I was off. I had to go to the far place, and went to Lekki. Then I went, like, they kept asking me, where are you? So I didn't really want to give him the full G. I just kept take a picture of the person. I'm here with this person. I sent to him. So he's confident, comfortable. And to go to the next person, I'm here with this person. Then, oh, greet her for me. So The idea really is just to let him know that he's just satisfied that the possibility that he's thinking, where are you going? What are you doing? Where are you? So it's the fact that leave your phone open. So your spouse feels secure that I can go into her phone in and out without even worrying about anything. It's a part of allowing him to feel comfortable that this girl has nothing to hide from me. I have nothing to hide from her.
There feels that same way. Yeah, exactly. I have a friend. I feel that way with trust.
Yes.
I have a friend who, a guy whose wife literally was so suspicious of everything. She will pick his calls and start speaking to the woman, whoever the person is. So there was a contractor that he needed that called him, and he was sleeping. She picked the call, she responded, she started yelling at the woman. It was so bad that the woman's husband called him later to say, control your wife. That kind of man, I'm sorry, to protect my business and for us to be able to eat in this house, I'm going to password my phone.
Yeah. So there's exceptions to the general rule.
Yes.
But the general rule in marriage is open doors, open books, open everything. Transparency in a marriage, generally. So I do this. I will tell you, I'm having a chat with Wura. He knows the meaning.
Yes.
The meaning is
2 hours.
2 hours are never available. And you keep walking around and say, if it's about what we talk, like tell your friends, let her advise you everything. I will not check.
But that's a relationship you have built over time.
Over the years. Openness. Yeah. So if I always say it on the show, if my husband were to doubt something I did, it will really go down to my very core. Because I do, even when I'm at work, I'm at work. If I have to divert, just as Mo said, if maybe we're having a chat and we need to go to one police station or one place or the other, I'm diverting, I'll get home late.
Yeah.
Simple. It's just
to reassure.
Respect. So yesterday he was working.
So does he do the same thing to you?
Yes, exactly.
Both of them. So they have an understanding.
So let me give you something little. So people's personalities are different.
Exactly.
People have been close marked so much that any form of close marking, I feel like you want to take away my freedom, and I resist it. It stifles me. So, when he goes about, there was a particular day after the show, I went shopping. I just saw my phone when I sat in the car. A picture of me standing and talking to the meat guy. In my I posed. I showed you the picture. He said, I said, wait, you're supposed to be in your office. Where? He said, I saw you. I had a meeting in that area, and I saw you, and my partner was like, let's go. I said, no, leave her. Let's just take a picture of her. She's enjoying herself, flexing, looking like a big madam and all of that. He saw me outside. He didn't even come to interfere in my day, right? I like to have a form of freedom. I want you to trust my word.
Yes.
That when I say to you, it's not so, that you believe me.
Exactly.
So no, listen, because of my background and how I grew up, I want to have a form of, you are secure that my word is enough for you. If my word is not enough for you, I don't know what we're doing.
So you agree?
And that's me.
So let me give an example. So my husband hung out with his friends, and they were like there till midnight or something. He calls me, does a live video. I'm here, I'm still with the boys and hanging out. Not because me, I am worried, or I'm doubting, or I don't trust.
But that's just you.
But out of respect and regard for me, he'll call me, this is where we are, we're just hanging out. No, so people are different, as you said.
Different, exactly. You trust is built.
Yes.
It is something you do over time. Someone can say, I know how Tope would look. Like,
I'm looking at you right now.
I know how BC would react. In marriages, you can say, I know what so and so can do. In my own family, I had a sheltered background. My parents did not want their children to be abused. 4 girls. It was so you must tell where you're going. If you don't give 2 weeks notice to an event, cancel it.
Trust is interpreted differently.
Yes. We built it over time, and by the time it was university stage, they just let you fly.
Okay.
You come home and you say, okay, we have a dinner for London, and okay, the driver, your brother can take you as your driver. And
we define our trust differently.
Okay.
Yes,
it's different.
And there's no one, it's not a one size fits all.
No.
And it does not mean that one marriage is stronger than the other.
True.
One marriage can be strong based on the password, while another marriage is strong based on the fact that there is no password.
Thank you.
So find the one that works for you.
You.
Use it when.
And don't use bride price as the excuse.
Exactly. 7,000 naira.
I think that's a fantastic way to end it. Okay, that is all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Please, if you don't do anything, go and get a jersey. Between now and Sunday, go and buy a Nigerian jersey, because on Sunday it will be offensive to watch that match without a jersey.
We are even ready to church.
Have a great day.
For those of us that will not watch the match in
Have a great day. See you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a